Hi, Cheryl Mays here, Coach Cheryl. I am excited again to come into the community and have some time to chat with you. And, we've got some interesting things going on in our lives, in our worlds, and I want to grow the community. I want to continuously grow the community so that we can reach more people, so that we can interact with more people that are in different parts of the world. So I'm asking you to invite your friends, invite your family, invite people to come in and join. This is about affirming your truth, being unapologetically bold, to be confident as you move beyond your fear and walk into what might seem impossible, but it's not, because you are enough and you are worthy of your success. I was at a meeting this morning, a chamber meeting. I belong to the local chamber of commerce, and the theme today was getting schooled, because here where I reside, kids are going back to school. And in August, September, you're preparing wherever you are. Kids are preparing to go back to school. And so it was a really cute theme. And so everybody's dressed up in their school gear. But it started me thinking, right? Kids are going back to school. And at what point do we stop learning? Never, right? We never stop learning. And so I started to think about, okay, what do I want to talk about today? And so I wrote some things down. So I am going to be looking from my notes, but I wanted to talk about to commit to constant and continuous improvement, right? Committing to continuous improvement. We never stop learning. We never stop learning. Actually, we have an innate desire to continuously learn, to grow, and to develop, because we want to become more than who we are and where we are today. And that's why we continuously learn new things, and things that we might be picking up that you don't even stop and consider, because it's just innately a part of what you do, is that curiosity to learn more. And once we think about the results, because we're all results driven, whether it's business or our personal world, we are results driven, right? So what are the results of your actions? So when we start to think about the results of that continuous and constant improvement, we see accomplishments, we see our lives moving in a direction that sometimes exceeds our thoughts or our immediate goals, because we're continuously moving forward. That's just who we are. And it's necessary. It's necessary for the success in our lives. But, right, we can do everything that we can to kind of wish it and hope it, but it's got to be dedicated. You've got to have a dedicated approach. And so as I started thinking about that, I wrote some things down again for a dedicated approach, because here's the reality, is that this journey that we're on, whether it's your personal life, whether it's some things that you're dealing with in the past, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's your finances, maybe you're not in the career space that you want to be in. It's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen just because you say that this is what you want to happen. And I am a huge believer in affirmations, and that's what this community was built upon. Affirming your truth is about affirmations and utilizing that to help you succeed. But it's not just that, right? There's got to be a dedicated approach. And so some of the things that I thought about is to be steady and appreciate those small improvements, right? Those small wins, those small things that you might not even look at, but they're manageable steps. Right? You ever try to do something like, for example, let's just throw it out there, because everybody says, I want to lose 20, 30 pounds. I'm in that group myself, right? Want to lose 20 or 30 pounds. But then what are the manageable steps, right? Because people go from 0 to 30, right? It's like, I want to see it happen in 5 days, right? Which is why we always like these quick things where it say lose a diet, but that's a whole other thing, lose weight. But here's the thing, right? We need to set up manageable steps, small steps, things that we can commit to. Why? Because they're easy to add into our routine. See, when we try to accomplish something major, like to say, okay, I love sodas. right? Just to say that I don't drink sodas, but just to say I love sodas. If you've been drinking sodas for years and then all of a sudden it's Wednesday and you're no longer going to drink sodas, by Friday, you're probably going to need a taste of soda because your body has the chemicals in it and now it's yearning for those chemicals. So you got to take small, measurable steps to wean yourself off of that. So as you start to think about things that you want to take away, you have to replace it with something. So you don't have that gap. So you don't have that sense of loss. So you replace it with something that's going to get you to the place that you want to be, to that goal of losing that 20 pounds. So what's the first thing you need to do? So, well, maybe you just start drinking flavored water. So you still kind of see the color in it, right? But it's not doing the same as it would normally if you were to be drinking the carbonated sodas. So think about those small measurable steps because that's where you have a greater chance of success because it's going to allow you consistency. It's going to allow you adaptability. It's going to allow you the opportunity to see some wins, right? To be able to see some wins where you go, I got this. I can do this. Yeah, absolutely. And then decide on what is it you want to improve on. What is the thing that you want to improve on? Do you want to volunteer more? Right? Do you want to have some more parenting skills that allows you to communicate better? Do you want to have better sales skills? You know, do you want to be better in creating Excel spreadsheets? What is the thing that you want to focus on? Hey, Boo from Texas. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Good stuff. This is what this community is about. And I just want, I'm thinking about this stuff and I want us to know that this is also about continuous improvement because before it was called Affirm Your Truth, it was called Daily Steps for Success. And so I'm on the same path. Affirm Your Truth is just the movement where I want people to stand up and be unapologetically bold. So what is the thing that you want to improve on? And then ask yourselves three questions. Now, you might want to write this down. The first question is, how can I improve today? Right? Just today. How can I improve today? What is it that I can do today to help me improve? Maybe you're interfacing with prospects. And instead of calling one, you call four. Right? Just today, you say, I'm going to call four. Or maybe you want to have, you want to go out for lunch, but you don't want to do fast food. So you go out for lunch and you find a place where you can get a salad. And that's all they serve. You don't get a choice, right? It's just all salad. So you get salad A, salad B, or salad C. See, when we start doing things like this, then we start to create a habit. That's how habits form, but it's also got to be visual. You can't just start doing something. So make it a visual. That's the first question is, how can I improve today? The second question is, what can I do better than before? Right? What can I do better than before? So think about something that you already have going on. Right? Maybe it's you are sending out newsletters. You're sending out newsletters, but maybe your newsletters are a little sporadic. And so you want to add a level of consistency. So now you start to automate, right? So you start to put your newsletters in an order where you can schedule them and they go out automatically, allowing you to improve upon your communication. And that way you're improving on your consistency and your commitment. See, when we start to use the lens that we have, but in a different angle on how we can be successful, it's really easy to do if it's consistency, but we got to break it down and be something that's biteable. Here's the third and final question. Where can I learn a new skill or develop a new competency? Right? We have to feed our desire, that curiosity that we have. We have to feed it, and we do every single day. And sometimes you do it unconsciously. You ever hear a word and you go, I like the sound of that word, but I don't know what it means. And so what do? You look it up. I go into dictionary.com. That's what I do. I hear a word and I go, that's an interesting phrase. And I look it up. And sometimes I add it into my lexicon. Right? Or you're looking at Maybe you want to jog an extra mile, right? Maybe that's the goal. You want to jog an extra mile. So in order for me to do that, well, let me start learning how to use this running app. That's a tracker, right? Things that you're already doing, but you're adding another level. So you're elevating what you're doing. See, this is the importance of daily steps for success and continuous improvement where you can commit to it. And so this is going to be a lifelong process. It's a lifelong process. And the thing about it is you can use it in any area of your life. You can use it in your career. You can use it in your relationships. You can use it in your mental health. You can use it in any area of your life because you can integrate it, right? When it works, use it. Use it in all parts. Sometimes it gets hard because we try to change things and go, oh, I have to do that for that. And then over here, I've got to do something totally different. No, use it. Perfect it. And when you make a commitment to learn something new every day, we all just get a little bit better. You get a little bit better and you start to see the progress. And then what you got to do is you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate. I don't care how insignificant you think the win is. And by the way, stop calling them small wins. A win is a win. So don't call them small wins. Accept it. Accept it. And then the last thing that I want to say that I wrote down here is, let's see, commit to constant and never-ending improvement. Think about the actors that we see on television, right? Nobody remembers those lines overnight. Right? Think about the work that they put in before they even get to the scene where either they have to lose weight or gain weight, or they live with the person that they're emulating on the screen so that they learn their mannerisms and they really become that actor. Or the basketball player that is like just blowing it and hitting foul throw after foul throw and just making the baskets, 3-pointers and that stuff doesn't happen overnight. So why do we put so much pressure on us? And why do we put so much pressure on us? Use the same mentality, And I want to say this because Oliver Cromwell said this, and he's a soldier and a politician. He who stops being better stops being good. He who stops being better stops being good. So give yourself some grace, right? Give yourself some space to put these things in place, make them consistent, see the results, and then see them work in other areas. That's progress. That's the next level. So that's what I wanted to come in and share with you today. So as the theme was getting schooled, I wanted to come in and spread some learning. So thank you so much for joining me. Listen, I want you to share this video. I know it's 13 minutes long. I'm sorry, but I think it was worth the time spent because our goal for everyone is that iron sharpen irons. And if I have something of knowledge that I can help somebody with, I'm going to share it and you should do the same. So share the video. And I look forward to checking with you all again. So I will see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.